What's up guys, Hybrid Mongoose here. In today's video, I'm going to discuss digital versus physical and what that means for the future. At a certain point, I loved digital gaming so much that I actually thought it was kind of stupid to get into your car, drive to a store, and actually pick up a physical game. I pretty much thought that way until about 2 years ago when I really started getting into retro gaming. Once I got into retro gaming, I realized, wow, there is something special about physical game in your hand. Having the actual manual, looking at it, and reading over how to play these games. It's very nostalgic. It's basically what you would do when you're a little kid. You would go to the store, pick up a game. The very first thing that you would do is open that game up and look at the manual and start reading it, how to play, how to get through the menus, all of that stuff. So it's very nostalgic for me to have the actual physical game. But not only due to preference, there is a big underlying issue when it comes to why physical media should not die, and that is game preservation. I'm not gonna lie, I still buy games digitally to this day. It is extremely convenient to jump on a store, an eShop, Steam, whatever it may be, and just buy the game, click download, and watch it install. There is no way you can beat that type of convenience, and a lot of times you're going to buy those games digitally for cheaper because they're on sale or whatever. But when it comes to game preservation, there are a lot of pitfalls when it comes to this type of digital consumption. There are many games out there now that will be lost to the sands of time because they were digital only on a storefront that is now closed down. Recently, we know that Nintendo shut down the Nintendo Wii, Wii U, and 3DS online shop. Any digital exclusive games that were on these online shops would be basically gone if it weren't for piracy.
That's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen.
So it would seem.
The H-Shop on the 3DS is an app that can be installed on a homebrewed, basically hacked 3DS, which you could basically download anything that used to be on the digital shop, including games, themes, etc. Now, I'd argue you could do that freely with no moral obligation because Nintendo shut down the shop themselves. Whenever one of these digital storefronts close, a lot of the physical games shoot up in price due to there being really no other way to play these games. When a game was bad back in the day, there was a physical game to remind you that the game at least existed. Like there was proof that it was made. My point is that even if a game was terrible, back then it was sitting on a shelf somewhere going, look, I'm terrible, but I existed. There are going to be a lot of digital games that we forgot even existed because they are gone and there is no physical copy made of these games. And the storefront closed, shut down. Nowadays I do my best to buy physical games when I can, but still I still purchase 30% of my games digitally. The main reason is because when it comes to newer games, I'm a PC gamer. When it comes to older games, I'm a retro gamer and prefer to play on the actual consoles. So I kind of live in both worlds at the moment. If a new game comes out, Doom Eternal, whatever it may be, I'm going to buy it on the PC. With the trends going the way they are, it's kind of like we all know that it's a matter of time before physical games are kind of a thing of the past. I don't think physical media will ever fully end, at least not for the next 10 years. There's still plenty of companies like Limited Run and a bunch of other games that are making physical copies of games, and people are still buying them to this day, so that is good. And you got to think back to certain things like records. People are still buying records. I think there will be a resurgence for a lot of these things in the future, but when it comes to physical games now, it's like, who knows what's going to happen? There's a lot of physical games that have a digital download code when you buy the physical game. I mean, that's a joke right there. You bought a case, you open it up and it says, download the link here. The way things are going, digital is definitely going to take over at a certain point. But I still feel like physical media is so important. And I feel like there's going to be a resurgence of a lot of things, including VHS. I think DVDs will also have a resurgence. I think a lot of games that are older are going to be remembered because they physically existed. There's copy, there's proof. That they are around, even if the game was terrible, like I was saying before. So anyway, guys, that is my thoughts on the digital versus physical debate. I kind of still consume in both ways, so I can't really say that I'm you know, for one or the other. When it comes down to being able to download a game, you know, laying in bed, there's nothing that beats that. I mean, you're downloading the brand new game that just came out and you didn't have to move. I mean, you can't beat convenience like that. So anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.